What's up, everybody? Thanks for watching and thanks for listening, depending on how you're consuming this. Just wanted to say how nice it's been to catch up with some business owners, some people that are running some of the nonprofits in the area. Truly, just the people that are within this community that are pushing us forward, that are making Woodstock and area a better place to live, to grow, and to be. Up next, I got a great conversation with a good friend of mine, Blair Ness-Jack. He and his family, I should say, run the Saturday grind at the local market. It's very obvious how much Blair enjoys coffee. And as both a connoisseur and a business owner, I know that for many people that visit the market, that I'm sure will be wanting to visit the market again when this is all over. You'll know Blair, and you'll know that that's a good cup of Joe waiting for you Saturday mornings. And it was a pleasure talking with him, getting the scoop on why he got into the business and kind of what drives him. Not to mention some of the future plans that he may take on. So I hope you enjoy. And coming right up is Blair Ness-Jack. Thanks a lot.
All right, so I got my cup of coffee here. I don't usually drink coffee in the afternoon. Actually, I do every morning, but in the afternoon, I usually hold off. But for today, you got Blair Ness-Jack here from the Saturday Grind, so we have that coffee. Blair, I'll let you introduce yourself. And
my name's Blair Ness-Jack. I own and operate the Saturday Grind at the Woodstock Farmers Market. So that's every Saturday year round. You can find me there from 7 till noon.
Very nice. How long you been doing that? How long have you guys been set up there?
Just 4 years now. I guess it was March 2016 when I started that.
When you started that, nice. And with everything that's going on, obviously, the farmers market's closed, I believe now. Is that correct, or am I wrong?
No, it is. It is closed. Indefinitely, I guess, at this point until things change. But trying to keep busy and keep everyone caffeinated.
For sure. So in the interim, what's it look like for you? Obviously, with the market shut down, is there any? Are you able to sell any kind of products on the side or anything like that?
Oh yeah, for sure. So trying to keep those social media posts out there, letting people know. Facebook, Instagram. I mean, send me a message, whatever coffee you're looking for. I'll try my best to hook you up. Try not to sit on too much inventory, just trying to keep everything fresh. But I mean, if there's something you need, I'll get it to you as quick as I can. Speak to the roasters and try and get that particular blend, that grind, the size of the bag out to you as soon as possible.
Very nice. And so you're on Facebook and Instagram, those two main ones for you?
Yeah. Those two are probably the easiest way, for sure. I mean, I'm checking those all the time, and it's working out well so far.
Sounds good. So you've been doing that for 4 years. Why get into coffee? Why did this all start for you?
I mean, it just kind of came out of the blue, really. I was hanging out with a friend of mine at the market most Saturday mornings. He was selling grass-fed beef at the market at the time. And there was another coffee vendor there. They left right around Christmas into the new year in 2016. So there was a couple months without. I knew the market manager who was there at the time, and knowing I was hanging out at the market, he just asked if it'd be something I'd be interested in. I mean, hadn't really thought too much about it, but I love coffee, so small investment into some equipment and just kind of grown it within the market. Locations changed a couple times. Products I offer, have grown, and just trying to give people another choice in town for some coffee.
Sure. Well, I mean, and the market is so. I mean, usually it's quite the crowd that comes through. I mean, me and Megan will try to. Well, Now it's one or the other because we don't like taking Quinn, but well, we don't like it. It's just harder.
Yeah.
But we used to jump over there all the time, and because you can get lots of produce and whatnot, and there's quite a few people that jump through there, and to be able to grab a coffee just while you're there is convenient in itself. Not to mention, the coffee that you have is, it's not just your average coffee, which I always like. So, what was it like there? You said you purchased a little bit of stuff. I think what you have now is probably quite a bit more than what you had before in terms of your equipment. Did you have any tough, I shouldn't say any tough times, any growing pains, just trying to get up, or did you just start with, one roast kind of thing a day and go from there?
So the manager at the time, Pat, he put me in touch with Patrick from Patrick's Beans, who he had known previously. So, I mean, it was a quick call to Patrick. I purchased a used brewer, brought in a small bit of coffee, just kind of, I didn't know if it would work or not, and just kind of went from there. But I mean, Patrick from Patrick's Beans has been, very helpful, provided me with some, guidance and suggestions along the way as well.
Yeah. And when it comes to the beans that you do sell, and that, I know you sell some unbrewed, and you sell obviously the stuff that you do prepare for the morning. Is it all from the same place, or is there a couple different roasters that you go to?
No, so I've got a selection from 3 different roasters. So I've got Patrick's Beans, which is brewed or roasted, in London. Kintor Coffee, which they're now set up in Embro, as well as some early bird coffee from Woodstock.
Nice. So fairly local, right? You're not.
Yeah. I mean, at the time, there was no early bird, there's no Kintor, so the closest connection I had was Patrick's Beans in London, and Patrick's a Woodstock native, so kind of why I started there.
Nice. No, I like it. I've always enjoyed it. I know you. I think you dropped off. What was it? 8 bags of coffee to me there.
I was gonna say, how much do you have left?
Oh, I still have a lot left, but I was stocking up. I didn't stock up on toilet paper. I stocked up on coffee. I'm an agent, right? So I got to make sure I have some. If I don't have it in the morning, I'm screwed.
With a little one, so yeah, you gotta stay awake.
Oh, she's teething too. So like the other day, last week was horrible, or over the weekend, I guess. It was 2 nights she hardly slept. So, you need coffee. If you don't have it, if I didn't have it, I was done. But some people probably look at me and think, how do you drink coffee? I don't know. But so when it comes to coffee, I'm not saying, I'm thinking you're going to know a little more than others. You know more than I would about coffee. To you, what makes a great cup of coffee? Is it, what is it that brought you to coffee, and why is it that it's become such a passion of yours?
Yeah, I mean, I'm certainly no pro, no expert, but I guess as a lover, as a connoisseur of coffee, I've everyone kind of likes what they like. It's kind of, I guess you could say, like wine that way. Different regions have different tastes, different roasts give it a different taste. So it's all subjective. Just, there's a coffee I might like that you may not, and it's try and find something for everybody. But again, you like what you like, and it's I try and find different coffees when I'm out on my travels. I've worked with Patrick. We now have a custom blend. So I mean,
what's that like?
By far, that's the best one. Absolutely, it's our own blend. We just call it Saturday Grind Blend. It's a nice mix of Ethiopian beans. A fairly dark roast, but it's very smooth, and I guess you could say earthy, I guess is the way you describe it. But it's really smooth for the darkness, a nice body, and yeah, I mean nice. That's hands down my favorite.
There you go. That's your attempt at being excellent. It's like real estate agents calling a house cute when it's small, right? all the right terms and stuff. So when one thing that's always struck me when I go into the market and you guys are set up there, it's become such a family affair for you guys, you and your wife Leah, and then oftentimes I'll see your parents there too. How's that been for you?
It's good because I wouldn't be able to do it without them. I mean, yeah, Leah, my wife, she's there almost every weekend, and if she has to work on a Saturday, I'll call my mom and dad, my brother, my sister, who've been a great help. Market runs year round, so with a full-time job and as well as doing the coffee, it kind of gives you one day off a week, but we all need a vacation, so I don't want to shut the business down to take a vacation. So I don't want to lose those customers. Customers still relying on me to get their coffee, to keep them stocked. So mom and dad, Shannon and Brian really pull through for me at those times, or if someone's sick, and it's couldn't do it without them, and can't thank them enough too.
No, that's awesome. No, I've always liked, it's just something that you don't see it a ton anymore, but the old cliche of a family run business and whatnot. It's just cool to see. It makes it, especially, Saturday mornings, it's a very family oriented time. I would say a lot of families that come through the market. Just something that I've always liked about it.
Yeah, no, that's the nice atmosphere of the market. It's that, that community, local family hub. And there's, during non-COVID virus times, there's tables and chairs there too that are well used. People sit down, have a conversation, straight up conversation with sometimes a stranger. And it's just quite interesting, unique.
Yeah, sure. Even just, obviously you got all the food and the vendors and stuff. And then a lot of times you'll have somebody, some music playing and stuff. I've always enjoyed it. I only live, 2 blocks away, so it's been nice to jump over there. And again, when it's a non-COVID time, to be able to take advantage of that and advantage of it being so close. But unfortunately, that's not today.
No.
So you said about 4 or 5 years? It's been 4 years.
4 years, yeah.
Yeah. Ever thought of turning it into kind of a more full-time thing, more full-time business?
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely a dream of mine. It hasn't happened yet. Maybe I'm being too picky, but looked at some locations. Sometimes it just wasn't the right time or the right location. And I guess if I'm going to do that, then I want to make sure I'm making the right choice. I want it to work. So yeah, I would love to. It just timing hasn't been right, and I don't know. It's on the wish list for sure. I mean, I've got the equipment right now to do it. It's just a matter of
getting it all set up and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be fun to see. It'd be fun to see to make that change. And I'm always a stickler for entrepreneurship and business. I enjoy it. It's I find it interesting, especially just the whole works, right? It's
I think it's very rewarding too. Like there's something about being your own boss, I guess, but it's you reap the rewards from the effort you put in. So if you don't put the effort in, you're not going to see the rewards, but the more you put into it, the more you're probably going to see out of it. And that's dollars aside, like that's a very rewarding aspect of entrepreneurship.
Yeah, I always thought of it or think of it as in relationship to sports, right? I'm not saying that you want to say it is a sport, but at the same time, it's what you, like you said, what you put in is what you get out, and that there's no place that's more true than in sports. And as a guy that grew up playing sports all throughout the year, that was always something that I appreciated when I was done playing my, the majority of my sports, is I got to start doing a job where it was a little bit of it didn't have. It's not saying it's a game. I don't want to diminish what we do for people, but at the same time, there's that internal competition that, like you said, what you put in, what you get out.
Mm-hmm.
That I think is just a lot of fun.
It is, no, for sure.
So that's that for the most part. That's what I got for that. I got some questions for you. This and I want to hear. I don't want to just hear the answer. I'd love to hear why. All right. So,
Okay. Sure.
What's your favorite band or singer? I guess is what you'd say.
Oh, favorite band. I mean, I'm always checking out concerts or, something totally different. But I mean, kind of at the top of my list, a go-to most times. And again, a lot of people probably haven't heard of them, but I mean, take this, check it out, YouTube. But Elliot Brood is the name, and quite like them. Edward Sharp, the Magnetic Zeros as well. So I guess
good.
Not so much mainstream, but yeah.
Yeah, talk about a big band, eh? Edward Sharp.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jeez, I think it's like 13-piece band.
Yeah. So I mean, I've seen them live twice. The best performance was in Simcoe.
You were there? I was there.
Yeah, I was there.
That was good. That was Mumford and Sons.
They had everybody there, and it was just incredible.
It was, yeah. That's where I seen them, and what you almost couldn't believe it. Just to have that many people. I mean, you see it obviously, but you see it in a different setting. Usually, that's like more of a, I don't want to say an orchestra, but like it's more of a opera type size of a band, but it was one heck of a show.
Oh yeah, it was wild for sure.
That was a fun weekend. What about favorite TV show all time?
Oh, favorite TV show all time. Probably what's coming. I guess the first thing coming to my mind is The Office. I guess.
Yeah. You're not the first person to say The Office. Oh God, what a show! You're not the first person that said that. I was talking to Amanda earlier from Gardenia, and that was her favorite show too. It's me and Megan still watch it.
Yeah.
You can't. It's one of those ones you can throw on. Doesn't matter. You're on Netflix. Anytime, you just flip it on.
Yeah, you don't have to watch it in sequence.
What's your favorite episode from it? Favorite moment that comes to mind?
Now you're putting me on a spot.
I know, right?
I guess the first thing popping in my mind is where Jim's. I can't remember the name of the episode, but where Jim's dressed up as Dwight and imitating Dwight because it makes me laugh every time.
Michael. That's a good one. What about movie? Favorite movie?
Oh, any of those mob movies. I mean, Goodfellas, The Godfather. I mean, you got to have enough time to sit down and watch them, but classics. And
they are all classics.
I don't know. I like, any true crime or just any crime show as well.
Yeah. You like any of the newer versions of those same kind of feels? I know there's not really, I don't know the best way of putting it is. I'm trying to think of an example of kind of a newer Godfather-esque movie, mob-ish.
I mean, the title slipping my mind now, but one of Johnny Depp is Whitey Bulger. That was good. There's something else that came out just recently too, and oh man, I'm bad with movies. I'm trying to remember.
I'm bad with it. Once you start talking,
Black Mass. Sorry, that's the one with Johnny Depp.
Yes.
Whitey Bulger.
Yeah. No, I've always liked those types of movies. I haven't gotten that deep into some of them though. Like just I haven't, But they're always a fun movie. But they're always like 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah, always. It's a commitment for sure.
That's all right though. What's your favorite sport to play?
Not that I play much anymore, but always grew up playing hockey, and that'd be number one. Last time I put on the skates and gear to play, I didn't last too long. We'll just leave it at that. There's some YouTube evidence you may have heard. So,
may get in trouble, are you? That's why you're not allowed to play anymore.
Yeah. I guess that's my short-lived career of old timers hockey. Playing with my dad, who's he's in his 60s now, but yeah, it was
You got to be careful, man.
Yeah,
you got to be careful. So favorite sport to watch, hockey then?
Yeah, hockey, football for sure.
Yeah, what are favorite teams?
Not popular around here, but big Habs fan. Always grew up a Habs fan, and Cowboys for some football.
Neither one of those is popular around here. Well, I guess Cowboys is kind of popular everywhere, although they're like hated as much as they're loved.
Absolutely.
Because it's annoying.
You can say the same thing about the Habs too, right? Montreal.
Yeah, but I don't think that I wouldn't think around here you would, but I wouldn't think you would go to like, Minnesota. Oh, I guess Minnesota would, but you wouldn't probably go to like a southern state and they'd be like, I hate Montreal. They wouldn't even probably.
You might not even know.
What are your thoughts on where Montreal is at?
Oh man, it was disappointing for sure. I didn't watch a whole lot this year. It was very frustrating to watch. There's some good pieces there, but it's just you can't do anything about injuries that hurt. But
no, that's true. What would you do with Carey Price?
What's that?
What would you do with Carey Price? Keep him or trade him?
I mean, it's a results-driven business. Have the results been there? No, but I mean, it hasn't been his fault either.
No.
The team in front of him certainly wasn't helping him some nights, but I mean, everyone's tradable. Seen it happen many times, but you just hope if a GM was going to do that they definitely get all they could for a player of that caliber. Because I mean, you don't get goalies like that every day either.
No, that's my only thought with them is they've kind of been that middle-ish of the road team for
a while.
And so my Red Wings were like that for like since they won the cup in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
They've pretty much been middle of the road and then obviously crap. But before, when they were just middle of the road, they weren't doing themselves any good. They were getting no good draft picks, and they're just staying right there. They're never going to get ahead. The only way you can do that is hit the reset button. And when you have a Carey Price to trade, you could probably talk about the haul of picks and prospects you could get with him.
Yeah, I mean,
if you ever wanted to hit the reset button.
Picks are totally a gamble too. Like you trade them for high picks, it doesn't mean it's going to work out either. I mean, prospects, sure, but you definitely need some. You need like one big roster too, for sure.
You need like a high end young, like I don't know what. I don't have anybody on my mind, but you need like a high end young player that's like already NHL, and then probably like a first round pick and more probably.
Yeah, it's a steep ask, and I'm not sure, in the salary world would teams do it anymore.
I don't know. That's the thing is he gets paid a lot of money, which again he's good, but I don't know, just saying, just curious what your thoughts were on it. Last thing I got for you, what's your favorite thing about the city of Woodstock?
Favorite thing? I mean, the city's certainly is growing because, I mean, every time you look around, you see something new. But it's the size. I mean, I grew up here, left for little bits at a time, but always keep coming back. Family and friends are here. But, there's something, location, the people, the community. I don't know. I just keep finding myself coming back. So there's something. I don't know. I can't even.
You like it enough, you can't leave. I guess.
I guess. Yeah.
The tether's pretty short.
Yeah.
No, nothing wrong with that. No, that's awesome, man. It's been good having you on. I hope that you guys keep well in this whole coronavirus thing, and I know, I mean, obviously your parents, your in-laws, and everybody stay healthy, and I guess look forward to seeing you back at the market in maybe weeks or months or whatever it is.
Yeah, I hope so. It's certainly been weird not having to wake up at that time in the morning on a Saturday, but I still find myself waking up extra early. And
What have you been doing to keep yourself busy instead?
I don't know, been taking the dog out for lots of walks, and the weather's starting to turn, get a little nicer out, so I was trying to enjoy that. But not much we can do in the meantime. It's just I've definitely got more time on my hands.
Oh yeah. Oh well, you'll do something good with it, or just do nothing. There's nothing wrong with doing nothing for a little bit either.
No, it is kind of nice at times, though. Can get boring quick, but anyways, that's okay.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, man, thanks a lot. I appreciate it, and all the best to everybody over there.
Yes, you as well. Thanks.
Thanks, man. Later.
Bye.